Well, hi there. Hey, I was just thinking about when I first met my wife. That was around 1987, and you can probably remember the first time you met your spouse. Well, at that time, I wasn't very, let's say, with dating and things and having things go well. They never went very well for me, so I was probably giving up the idea that I was going to get married and have a family, all that kind of stuff. It just didn't seem to be working that good. So anyway, I got hired for two jobs at the same time. And the one job was at a food factory. It was out on Plymouth, Minnesota there. And then the other one was landscaping. So I thought, well, I'm going to take the landscaping job. It pays more. Even though inside I felt like I should, for some reason, be at the food factory place. So all day working at that landscaping job, I just felt I should be at the food factory. So on my way home that night, I stopped in at the food factory place, talked to the guy in charge, and I said, I just feel like I should be working here. I was supposed to start today, and I I didn't show up. You know, could you give me a chance? I just feel like I should be working here. And he said, well, usually if you don't show up for the first day, that's not a good sign, but we'll give you a chance. Oh, okay. So I was working there, probably probably 2 or 3 weeks into it, and this other guy I was training in to do the job I was doing because I was going to do a different job there. He said, "Yeah, there's a new girl going to be starting here," and he knew I didn't have the best luck in the world as far as dating went, so he said, "Yeah, she seems like somebody that would fit well with you." Yeah, okay, whatever. So, and then this new girl had started, and there was a lot of other people there, and I didn't pay any attention to that. I'd forgot all about that, and I was the guy that worked there at that time. I would bring almond bark, and then they'd repackage it and send it through the line, reseal it and box it and send it out. And they would do coconut and candy and things like that. So that was my job, is to keep these lines fed with products. So, but along the way, I could always joke around, and I had this imaginary dog that I had for a long time, Toto, and I'd take Toto to a restaurant or take Toto with me, and if I was around my friends, and I'd say, "Oh, look out, Toto's biting on your pant leg," and then we'd joke around, and sometimes he'd wet the floor, but don't worry, it's imaginary, so you never had to wipe it up. And sometimes at a restaurant, the waitress or waiter would bring a little saucer of water and a cracker, and so just kind of a fun thing. So I was going through this line, and there's this new girl, so I started talking to her, and you know, somebody I could talk to fairly easy, it seemed. And then I had to get going, so I said, "Come on, Toto, let's go." And she said, "Oh no, Toto's my dog." I said, "No, Toto's my dog. I've had him for a long time." She goes, "No, Toto's my dog." I said, "No, he's mine. He's coming with me." She goes, "He's mine. My name's Dorothy." I said, "Sure it is." I didn't know any other Dorothys other than a cousin of mine. So, and the Wizard of Oz, of course. So that name, I thought, there's no way her name's Dorothy. So I went back to training this guy in that happened to be her neighbor, and then he said, "Oh, that girl I was telling you about, she's she's working today right down there." So he looked down the window. We're up on this mezzanine. There's there she is. Her name's Dorothy. Dorothy? Huh, it is Dorothy. So I went and talked to her some more over the next week, and then we started going out. And shortly after that, we got married, and um, yeah. And some friends and family, they said, "You got married too soon. You guys aren't going to be married for, you know," and you hear this stuff in the background, for, "Oh, if they make it 2 years, they'd be lucky. They make it 2 years." Well, we'll be married 34 years here in July, so yeah. So sometimes when you least expect it, things work out. Sometimes when you're not even looking for what you were looking for. And there's a saying I like to keep in mind for all kinds of different topics. Just because things aren't going the way you think they should doesn't mean they're not going the way that they're supposed to. Yeah, just because things aren't going the way that you want them to doesn't mean they're not going the way that they should. So there you go, and have a good day.